Welcome to your MedTrac Masterclass. In this video, we're going to be covering the following topics. Hi, welcome to your MedTrac portal training session. In this training video, we're going to be covering the main profile page for our home health providers. We're going to be going over each functionality for each single tab in brief detail before we actually jump into them. Now, first thing I want to point out and highlight, the first tab here, the DME Orders and Authorizations tab, please disregard that tab. This is only for our DME providers, which we cover in a separate training video. Now, real quick before we begin, I do want to point out and highlight the announcements section. Think of this as your e-news, electronic news. Anything that we want to communicate to the providers within our network are going to be located under the announcements banner. Now moving right along to the tabs you see here at the top of your page. If you have been granted portal admin access, you're going to notice that you have access to these 6 tabs. If you've been granted standard user access, you're only going to have access to the first 4 tabs. Now, the difference between a portal admin and a standard portal user is that portal admins have access to the last 2 tabs, the Manage Users tab and the EFT Informations tab. The Manage Users tab gives a portal admin access to grant additional user access to the MedTrac portal. The EFT Informations tab also gives a portal admin access to set up your electronic fund transfer information. That's to receive direct deposit payments to the bank account for your agency. Now let's begin with the first tab here we see on our screen, the Home Health/IV Orders and Authorizations tab. In this first tab, the Home Health/IV Orders and Auths tab, you're going to have access to all of the newly assigned orders to your agency location in MedTrac. You're going to have access to your authorization. You're going to have access to the referring documents that we received from the referring source. You're going to view order instructions, patient notations, and you're going to simply update the order status. Moving on to the next tab, the Admissions tab. In the Admissions tab, this is where you're going to be spending 99% of your time. Your primary work function will occur in this tab. You're going to simply activate your admissions by entering the start of care date. You're going to have the ability to file for concurrent requests for additional services. You're going to have the ability to file for an authorization extension request, and then you're going to ultimately discharge your admission once you're done rendering the services. Our next tab is the Request Queue. The Request Queue gives you the ability to track the statuses of your request. So if you do file for additional services on a concurrent request, or you do file for an authorization extension request, you can simply track the statuses utilizing that Request Queue tab. Typical turnaround time frame across the board for all patients are 1 to 3 business days, 24 to 72 hours. Moving on to our next tab, the Support tab. The Support tab contains our contact information for outreach, as well as some supportive email addresses. We are open and available here at Integrated Home Care Services, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Moving right along to the following tab, the Manage Users tab. The Manage Users tab gives the portal admins the ability to grant additional user access to the MedTrac portal. Portal admins can manage their users. They can grant additional user access. They can add existing locations, update user profiles, and reset user passwords. And moving right on to our final tab, the EFT Informations tab. This is our Electronic Fund Transfers tab that gives portal admins the ability to set up banking information, your electronic fund transfer information, so that you can receive direct deposit payments. This concludes our video on our main home profile page. Please watch our following videos as we go into brief descriptions and details on the functionalities of each tab. Thanks for watching. Catch you on our next video.